Okay, so distributive law, again, we are going to deal with 3 sets. Like associative law, there also we had 3 sets. So in distributive law also, we are going to go with 3 sets. Now in these 3 sets, it's going to be A, B, and C. Now we have set A, set B, and set C given here, for example. So set A is 1, 2, 3, 4. Set B is 3, 4, 5, 6. And set C is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The examples are more or less very similar for all of the laws, which means any type of set that they provide to us, we will get the answer when we apply these 3 laws. That is commutative law, association law, and distributive law. So when we have problems under set theory, we will also get data either in the straight format, that is set A, set B, and set C, or they will give us a statement. Okay, it's a statement problem where we have to convert that into the sets like this. Okay, so we will see that problem once we finish distributive law, De Morgan's law, and introduction of Venn diagram. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 class, then we will start with full-fledged problem of set theory. Okay, so now here A, B, C are 3 sets, any 3 sets. When you have 3 sets, here we have a combination of A union B intersection C. So we have union as well as intersection being utilized. Okay, so when you have 3 sets where you're supposed to first find out what is B intersection C, because whatever is inside the bracket has to be solved first. So B intersection C we will find out, and then we will find A union B intersection C. Okay, whatever result we get will be equal to A union B. See, if you see here, A union B, A union B. Okay, so that is your first expression. And then again, 1 second, and again if you check, it's gonna be A union C. See here, A union C. So what is the sign that is left out? Intersection. So that intersection is supposed to come here. Okay, I will repeat it again. Please listen carefully. How to easily remember distributive law is that first you will have this A union B intersection C. Or if you remember at least only this part, the first part, how do you distribute that to the second part? Okay, now A union B. See, A union B is the first part and A union B is written. Okay, now the second part, how do you write? A union C. See, A union B, which is in purple color, it's already taken down. Now whichever is in light blue, A union C is your next expression. Now what is that symbol that is left out? We have covered union. What is the symbol that is left out? Answer in the chat box quickly. What is the symbol that is left out after union? Intersection. So this intersection is supposed to be taken here in between. Okay, did you all understand the first rule? I only have 3 people answering. How about others? What happened to others? Everybody must reply. Wake up, wake up. Now, can I go to the second rule? Okay. Now, going on to the second rule. Now, in rule number 2, wherever you had union, you have intersection, and wherever you had intersection, you have union. That is the only difference that you have here. Okay, so we will see the second rule here. So A intersection B union C. A intersection B union C. So it is a rule that first we are supposed to solve what is inside the bracket, correct? Okay, and then we will find out the intersection with A. Now, when you distribute that, A intersection B is first expression, and then A intersection C is the second expression. If you see here, whatever symbol you get here, that has been taken to the other side completely. Okay, A intersection B and then A intersection C is considered. Now, what is the symbol that is left out? Which is the symbol that is left out now? Union. So this union symbol, whichever is left out, is taken in between here. Okay, so to repeat, when you have A union B intersection C, this is a combination of union and intersection in one rule only. Okay, so when you have A union B intersection C, first take union for the calculation and then find out intersection between the sets. Now, second rule is A intersection B union C. So A intersection means first you have to take intersection in between the sets, with the sets, and then intersection. So sorry. Rule 2 is whatever you get first here, intersection has to be considered here. And whatever is left out, that is union, then find out the union. We will solve a problem quickly and then I think you will be able to understand it better. When we come to statement problems, you just you'll have scenarios where you'll have to apply these formulas, distributive laws. Now it is called distributive. So the name itself actually says you're supposed to distribute whatever is given to you in a particular manner. So that's what we are trying to do. Okay, now we have set A. We have set A, we have set B, and we have set C. Now, let us only consider first rule and first part. Okay, we are going to solve only this. All of you are going to solve along with me. Okay, be active and type in the chat box. First, which one are we supposed to solve in this? Out of A union B intersection C, what are we supposed to solve first? Yes. Others also must reply. It's not only one or two. Everybody must be active. Okay, so we are going to first find out B intersection C, which is in the bracket. So we have set B, we have set C. Now, can you say me what is B intersection C? First of all, before that, what is intersection? What do you do with intersection of sets? What do you find out there? Common elements. Good. So we are supposed to find out common elements between B and C. So what are the common elements between B and C? 4 is common. Then we have 5. Then we have 6. Okay. So 4, 5 and 6 are common. So this is B intersection C. Now, everybody understood until here? First, we are supposed to find B intersection C. Okay. Now, let us complete this. We have A and we also have set A here only. Now, we are supposed to find out A union B intersection C. Okay. Now, we already have B intersection C 4, 5, 6 and A 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what will be the elements when I have A union B intersection C? Very good. People are already answering. Come on, others also have to answer. So first I'll write down the elements of A. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then I'll go with B intersection C set, which is 4, 5, 6. 4 is already written. So I'll go with 5 and 6. Okay. So for the first expression, that is A union B intersection C, the answer which I get is the set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Any doubts until here? Okay, good. Now let us quickly solve the second part of the expression. The second part of the expression is A union B intersection A union C. So first, which are we supposed to solve in this? What are we supposed to solve first in this expression? A union B, anything which is inside the bracket. Okay, you can also solve A union C first, no problem. But you cannot go with intersection first. You'll have to find out unions and then go with the intersection. Okay, we'll start with A union B, as you all say. So A union B. Now we have set A here and set B here. Now quickly say me, what is A union B? What will be the answer? 1, 2, 3, 4 from set A, and then from set B 3 and 4 is already available, so 5 and 6. Good. So this is A union B. Now coming to A union C. Now A union C, if I have to find, I have A. Let me change the color here again. I have A and there is C. Okay, A and C. Now say me which are the elements. So I'll start with A, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. And from C, 4 is already available. So I'll go with 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So I have found out A union B and A union C. Now what is the next step that we are supposed to do? What are we supposed to find in between these two sets? Intersection. Good. So we are supposed to find out A union B intersection A union C. Okay. Now which just means that you're supposed to find out the common elements between these two sets. Now can you say me what are the common elements between these two sets? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 7, 8 are not common because it's not present here. Okay, so only until 6. Now if you happen to observe, A union B union C is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A union B intersection C, sorry, A union B intersection A union C is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which means this first law is proved. Suppose you have given, they have given you the question in this format, and if you solve them in this format, you are going to get the answer. So this is first distributive law. Did you all understand? Any doubts? Let's continue. Now going to rule number 2. Now in rule number 2, first we are supposed to prove A intersection B union C. Now in this A intersection B union C, what is that we have to find out first? Which part of the expression we should first solve? Good. Now B union C is what we are supposed to solve. So let us find out B union C. Now we have set B given and we have set C given. Now, and they're saying it is union. Very good. So union means we're just supposed to add both the elements. So from set B, I'm gonna take 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and from C, 4, 5, 6 is already present. So I'll just add up the other two elements, which is 7 and 8. Okay, so that is B union C. Now, next is we are supposed to find out A intersection B union C. Now, set A is given, set A is available, set B union C is also available. Now, let's see what are the common elements quickly. We only have 3 and 4. Good. Because 1, 2 is not common. Here 5, 6, 7, 8 is not common. So 3 and 4 are the only common elements. So here if we take 3, 4 is the element which is present for first expression. Okay. Now let us solve the second part of the expression. That is A intersection B union A intersection C. Now first, what are we supposed to find out in this, in the second expression? A intersection B. Now A intersection B. Intersection is common elements again. So between A and B, what is the intersection? Again, we have 3 and 4. Okay. So we're going to stick with 3 and 4. And what is the other one? A intersection C. So between A and C, what is the common element that we have? 1, 2, 3 is not common, only 4 is common. So we have 4. Okay. Now the last step is we are supposed to find out A intersection B union A intersection C. So compare these two and add the elements. From A intersection B, I'm going to take 3 and 4. Now A intersection C, 4 is there. So 4 is already available. So the answer, both the sides, is 3, 4, which means we have proved both the distributive laws. So on the one side, A intersection B union C is also 3 and 4. On the other side, A intersection B union A intersection C is also 3 and 4. Clear? Everybody understood? Any doubts? Any part of it you want me to repeat it again? Okay. Then let us go to the next rule. So which all the rules have we completed until now? We completed three rules. So which are the 3 rules? Let's just revise 3 rules before we go to the last one. So starting with commutative law. In commutative law, A union B is equal to B union A, and A intersection B is equal to B intersection A. Okay. Next is associative law. Here A union B union C. So associative law will have 3 sets. So association law or associative law, both you can go with. So A union B union C, where we have brackets for B union C. And then A union B union C, again we have brackets for A union B. Similarly for intersection, A intersection B intersection C, brackets are for B intersection C again, which is equal to A intersection B intersection C, which has brackets for A intersection B. Okay, now coming to distributive laws, again there are 3 sets. A, B, C are 3 sets in distributive laws. Here it is A union B intersection C, which is equal to A union B intersection A union C. Okay. Similarly, for the other rule, A intersection B union C. So first it is A intersection B union A intersection C. Okay, so these are three laws that we saw. Now, going on to the last law, that is De Morgan's law. Now, we have learnt about complement, right? If you remember, did you all remember the concept of complement? P complement and Q complement that we understood. Now, this P complement and Q complement, what will happen with that is, whenever we have a universal set, whenever there is a complement concept, complement is also written as 1. Okay, P to the power 1. So that then also it is called as complement. One thing you have to understand is, whenever we have a complement concept, universal set will be given to us. Okay, universal set will be given to us. So here universal set will be given to us along with the other sets. So if A and B are any two sets, if A and B are any two sets, then A union B complement. Now what is complement? Let's say there is a universal set and there is set P. Okay. Now P complement is nothing but whatever is not there in P, that will be present in P complement. Okay. Whatever is not present in P will be present in P complement. Similarly, if it is A complement, whatever is not present in A will be written in A complement. Same thing with B. If you're supposed to find B complement, whatever is not present in B will be written in B complement. Now, when it comes to A union B complement, all those elements except A union B, all those elements except A union B, whatever is remaining, that will come under A union B complement. Okay. So we'll try to understand with examples, but first just understand the rule, because you're supposed to remember these rules. So first rule is A union B complement is equal to A complement intersection B complement. Okay. That is the first rule. Then going on to the second rule, which has the intersection part. Now in intersection, we will have A intersection B complement. Yeah, A intersection B complement is equal to A complement union B complement. So there is a change in union and intersection. So if you see here, it is very easy to remember, because you have union on one side and intersection on other side. Again, if you have intersection on one side, you'll have union on other side. Okay. Did you all understand De Morgan's law? A union B complement is equal to A complement intersection B complement. That is first rule. And the second rule is A intersection B complement is equal to A complement union B complement. Did you all understand? Okay, let us see the examples. With examples, it will make the concept much clearer. Now, we have universal set. I already told you, because we are supposed to find complement. Universal set is compulsory to be provided. So we have universal set which ranges from 1 to 9. Okay, and then we have set A, and then we have set B. Now before we start with anything, let us find out A complement and B complement. Can you all say me, what should I write in A complement? A complement means whatever elements which are not there in A, I should write. So compare A and universal set. So I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is already there. So what is left out? 6, 8, and 9. Okay, and then going further, can you say me what all should I write in B complement? What are the common elements which are there? Leave that out and take the other elements. Now if we see here, okay, let me erase this part. Yeah, good. So we don't have 1, so I'll write down 1. 2 is not there. 3 is common. 4 is common. 5, 6 is common. 7 is not there. Okay. You cannot take 7. You actually cannot take 7 here. Now why you cannot take 7? Because 7 is in B, but it is not in universal set. Now what we are trying to say is, whatever is, when you compare universal set and when you compare B, whatever is not present, okay, whatever is not present in B, when you compare these two, whatever is not present in B, only that has to be written. So 7 is present in B. You cannot take that. Okay, so 1, 2, 8, 9. These are the only 4 things that you are supposed to take. I hope that is clear. Do not consider the element which is in B. Okay, remove that element and only consider whatever which are not common. Clear? Did you all understand? Now, let us find out A union B. A union B is all those elements which are in A and B. So first I'll write out which are in A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are in A. Now going on with B, 3, 4, 5 are common. So I will add 6 and 7. Correct? Is this A union B? Yes or no? Is this A union B? Okay. Now I am supposed to find out A union B complement. Okay. A union B complement. Complement means again I have to compare this with which set? If I'm talking about complement, from which set should I compare this? Universal set. So as it's not union, it's supposed to be universal set. So whenever you're talking about complement, always remember it is the comparison between universal set and A union B. Okay, let's go for the different coloring. I think that will make it easier. So A union B and universal set. Now complement means whichever is not present in this I'm supposed to see. Now if you let us check each element. 1 is there in both of them, I cannot take. 2 is also there in both of them. 3 is there. 4 is also there. 5, 6, 5 and 6 is there. Now 7 is in A union B, but it's not of importance. We cannot do anything. So what is the elements left out? 8 and 9. So A union B complement is 8 and 9. Okay, clear? So here what is going to happen is we have A complement, we have B complement, and then we also have A union B complement. So this is what we require to solve De Morgan's law. Now let us go to the final step of equating both of them. Let us equate. Now, Rakshita, I'll explain it once again. Please wait. Which part you didn't understand, Rakshita? Can you say me which part you didn't understand? Is it complement or okay? Well, A union B complement you didn't understand. We'll solve A union B complement again. Okay. Now first, okay, for others, anybody else also didn't understand A union B complement? We can resolve it. There's no problem. Okay, fine. No problem. We'll just solve it once again. There's nothing, not a big issue. Okay. So first we have to find out A union B. Please listen. First we are supposed to find out A union B. Now finding A union B is as usual. We have set A, we have set B. So let's find out what is A union B. Now first we will write all the elements from A. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Correct? So this is my A union B. Now when it comes to complement, I should always compare A union B with universal set. Okay, whenever I say complement, calculation of complement, you should always compare that particular set with the universal set. Okay, now let us compare these both set and we will write down A union B complement. Now what is the concept of complement? Whatever is not there in A union B, that has to be written. Correct? Yes or no? What is not present in A union B when I compare these two sets? When I compare these two sets, what is not present in A union B, that I am supposed to write here. So let us see what is all there. 1 is common. 2 is also common. 3 is common. 4 is common. 5 is also common. It's present in both the sets. 6 is also common. Okay, but I understand you might be confused that 7 is there, but why I'm not taking. Okay, what I told you is what is not present in A union B, I should take that here, but 7 is present in A union B, right? So that is why this is not considered. And what is left out? 8 and 9. Okay, these are the two elements which are left out. So Rakshita, did you understand now? Is it clear? Okay, fine. Now let us solve the last step, that is A complement intersection B complement. Now A complement intersection B complement is, we already knew what was A complement. Okay, so A complement was, when compared to this, it was 6. Sorry for that bad handwriting. So it was 6, 8 and 9. And then B complement was, what was B complement? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 was there, 8, 9. Now let us find the intersection between this. A complement intersection B complement. Intersection means whatever common elements we had. So what are the common elements that we have? 8 is common. It's there in both. So 8. 9 is common. That is also there in both. So 9. So if you compare two sets here, see this is 1 and this is 2. A union B complement, A union B complement, which is 8 and 9. A complement intersection B complement, A complement intersection B complement, which is also 8 and 9. Clear? So that means first law of De Morgan's law we have proved. Did you all understand? Anybody has doubt here? Okay. Now similarly, we are supposed to also prove the second law, A intersection B complement is equal to A complement union B complement. It's just ulta of this. Okay. Can you all try and prove this second law? Will you try this? You have to find out A intersection B and then find out the complement. And then you already know what is A complement and what is B complement. Okay. In this, you're supposed to find out union of it. Then the answer should be same.